Hi, everybody, and welcome to this edition of VS Versus. It's been a while since we've seen you here on the show, and hopefully you've been voting your little hearts out on the polls that we had given you for the first 10 episodes. I see they're doing really well, and thank you for your continued participation in the polls based on the information we gave you for those last 10 episodes on various topics, including the competitors that were out there, including McDonald's, Burger King, even UPS and FedEx. Well, today we're going to be looking at, yes, I am, of course, Jason DeCanio, your host. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if that was, yeah, that there was the big one. There's the big one, and I think it's lit up for a purposeful reason. I'm not sure why, but I could take that off if that was the case. Yeah, I can do that. Well, maybe I can, maybe I can't. I don't know. But anyways, this edition, we're going to be looking at two very interesting diners. Now, these are present day diners that are actual restaurants. One is deciding to fold up due to economic hardship. The other one has made a very interesting move and made a comeback that actually overtook the other. These were two competing businesses, and boy, we're going to look at the history of both of them, and then you decide which one's going to reign supreme. So tonight on the program, we're going to be looking at Denny's and Perkins, and we'll take a look at the history of Denny's right after these very important messages.
Wherever you find race drivers, you'll find the racer's edge. Because they know nothing protects vital engine parts better than STP oil treatment. And millions of motorists just like you use STP. Because STP keeps their family cars running smoother, cooler, quieter, longer.
STP is the racer's edge.
Precious memories of teenagers.
I've always liked to sing. Don Knotts, Barney Fife, and I used to sing on the old Andy Griffith show. Often hymns. I even sang on that lawyer show, Matlock. But never like this, with some of the finest singers and musicians in the world.
Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by, I will sing to the old drugged.
The first solo I ever sang in church was Sweet Hour of Prayer. I was 15. My family was proud. And now I'm proud. I get a chance to sing it again for you and your family.
I love to tell the story.
There are 33 beautiful old-time hymns on this album, and they are precious memories. I hope you'll let me and all of us on our album share them with you.
To order, call 1-800-982-4300, 1-800-982-4300, or mail $12.98 for 2 records or 2 cassettes, $16.98 for long play CD to Andy Griffith. Box 12107, Department 10, Memphis, Tennessee, 38182. Enjoy 33 Andy Griffith favorites. Call 1-800-982-4300.
Making things with light. Satisfied making things with light bright.
Light Bright, the toy that lets you create beautiful pictures with light.
Light bright making things with light.
Work with colorful pegs that glow with light, light bulb not included. Make people, animals, things, and with refills, Bugs Bunny or Bozo the Clown.
Light bright making things with light.
You can make lots of pretty pictures with Light Bright from Hasbro.
Denny'S, America's #1 self-help bestseller. It's the owner's manual for the human mind. Get your copy today at the Dalton Bookseller.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
Rice-A-Roni, all in one package. Rice, vermicelli, and this fabulous flavor package.
Rice-A-Roni, the flavor can't be beat.
Brown the rice and vermicelli, add hot water, and saute.
One pan, no boiling, cooking ease. A flavor that is sure to please.
In minutes, a flavorful change from potatoes.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat.
Hi, Ernie. Hi, Ernie. Hey, you're a cookie.
That popular Keebler cookie named E.L. Fudge. That's E as in everybody, L as in loves, fudge.
Pleased to meet you.
Rich, buttery shortbread cookies shaped like an elf, then dipped in smooth, creamy fudge. Everybody's gonna love E.L. Fudge.
I never met an elf cookie I didn't like.
That's E as in everybody, L as in loves, fudge. E.L. Fudge cookies from Keebler. You'll love them.
Denny's founder, Harold Butler, and Richard Jesdick, they founded it in 1953 as Danny's Donuts in Lakewood, California in 1954. But then in 1956, a year after Jesdick departed from the 6-store chain, Butler changed the concept, shifting it from a donut shop to a coffee shop with store number 8. Danny's Donuts was renamed Danny's Coffee Shops and changed its operation to 24 hours. And during the 1950s, Los Angeles architects Armet and Davis created a new prototype building with a boomerang-shaped roof that became a model for stores built nationwide. They also designed a second prototype in 1965 with a zigzag shingled roof. These designs enabled Google architecture to spread across America. And many Denny's locations were built near freeway off-ramps, leading to increasingly larger signage. Then in 1959, Butler changed the name from Danny's Coffee Shops to avoid confusion with the Los Angeles restaurant chain Coffee Dan's to Denny's Coffee Shops, Denny's. Then in 1961, Denny's Coffee Shops was renamed Denny's. And the business continued to expand, and by 81, there were over 1,000 restaurants in all 50 U.S. states. The company absorbed many of the old Sambo's restaurants and used their mid-century design in some of their restaurants. In 1977, Denny's introduced the still popular Grand Slam breakfast, and then in 94, Denny's became the largest corporate sponsor of Save the Children, the national charity. But all but 6 Denny's closed for the first time ever on Christmas 1988. Many restaurants were built without locks, and some had reportedly lost their keys. Denny's main offices were in La Mirada, California, until 1989. At that time, the office was first moved to Irvine, California, and subsequently moved to the Spartanburg, South Carolina headquarters of the parent company, Trans World Corporation, that acquired Denny's in 1987. In 1992, private equity firm Kohlberg Kravis Roberts acquired a 47% interest in TW Corporation, later known as the Flagstar Companies, and encouraged the company to sell non-core businesses. July 12, 1997, Flagstar, Denny's parent company, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Eventually, Denny's operations dominated the parent company to such an extent that the Flagstar Companies changed its name again to Denny's Corporation. It trades on the NASDAQ under the DENN symbol. From 1990 through 1996, Denny's offered a free meal to anyone on their birthday. The offer included limited meal options from a special birthday menu. The promotion began in the 90s, though occasionally individual franchises had offered it before that time. And because too many people went to Denny's more than once on their birthdays, the management had to restrict the rules to only one meal per person per birthday, only on the actual birthday, with proof of legal birth date required, such as a driver's license or other photo ID or a birth certificate. And since 2009, the restaurant chain has offered a free birthday build-your-own slam on the customer's birthday. In 94, Denny's began renovating the stores with a lighter color scheme. Select locations also began serving Baskin-Robbins ice cream for a short time. Houston, Texas was the test market for the chain-wide renovation. Denny's opened its first restaurant in Australia in December of 1982 in the suburb of Forest Hill, Melbourne. The Australian franchise was owned by Ansett Australia and expanded into other states throughout the 1980s. However, changing tastes of the Australian consumer led to the sale of the chain in 1989 and its closure shortly after that. Some Denny's restaurants employ the diner concept, using modular buildings resembling classic 1950s diners. In May of 97, the first Denny's Classic Diner was operated in Fort Myers, Florida. The diner concept was created by Ron, Marcia, Mark, and Todd York, the principals of Denny's franchise, SWFRI, Inc. today. And there are about 40 Denny's diners in the United States. Additionally, several diners resemble modular buildings but are actually stick construction. In July of 2010, Denny's presence in the United States saw a major expansion when Pilot Flying J started opening Denny's locations inside their Flying J branded truck stop locations. 1, 2, 3 Pilot Flying J conversions were eventually completed. That's 123, by the way. In June of 2012, Denny's opened a location in the Las Americas International Airport, its first location in an airport and its first in the Dominican Republic. July of 2012, they announced it had signed an agreement with a franchisee to open 50 restaurants in southern China over 15 years, beginning in 2013. This makes it Denny's largest international development deal at the time. However, the deal was canceled before any restaurants opened, unfortunately. August 29, 2014, they opened its first location in New York City, with some patrons waiting as long as 2 hours before its official opening to eat there. Located in Lower Manhattan, the location is designed to be more upscale than the typical Denny's. It serves alcohol and offers a location-exclusive $300 Grand Cru Slam, which is the standard Grand Slam breakfast served with a bottle of Dom Perignon. It closed in January of 2018. And then in November of 2017, it was announced that Denny's was to open its first UK restaurant in Swansea in December of 2017 as part of Park Twa's $15 million redevelopment scheme, occupying a 4,000 square unit. Now, the restaurant opened on Christmas Day in 2017 for the homeless people in the city of Swansea, although the official opening to the general public was on December 27th. And at the end of 2023, there were 1,602 Denny's restaurants, with the company owning and operating 66, with the remaining 1,582 under a franchising model. 1,445 of Denny's 1,602 restaurants are located in the United States, including the District of Columbia, 84 in Canada, 15 in Mexico, 15 in Puerto Rico, 12 in Philippines, 7 in New Zealand, 6 in Honduras, 5 in the UAE, 2 in Guatemala, 3 in Costa Rica, 2 in Guam, 3 in El Salvador, 1 in Indonesia, 1 in Curacao, and 1 in the United Kingdom. Denny's previously had a location in Chile. There are about 578 Denny's restaurants in Japan operated independently under a license by a subsidiary of 7&I Holdings, and since 1984. The first Denny's restaurant in Japan opened on the first floor of the Ito Yokado in Kamakuka on April 27th of 1974. However, it closed on March 20th, 2017 on account of the demolition of the building of Ito Yokota. And there you have it. You're looking at the history of Denny's in all its glory. When we come back, we'll have Perkins coming up next, right after these very important messages.
I'm Phil Rizzuto, announcing that the Money Store is now accepting loan applications from anywhere in New York State. From Niagara Falls to Montauk Point, from Messina to Staten Island, homeowners can borrow up to no limit. for debt consolidation, business investment, or any purpose at all. Long-term plans available. For information, call the Money Store toll-free. From anywhere in New York State, dial 800-632-3262.
Inside Firestone's newest 721 radial are 2 belts of steel cord. In each cord, 10 strands of high-strength steel. 7 strands around 2, wrapped by 1. 721. Because it's a metric radial, it can use more air, so you use less gas. We call it the Fuel Fighter, designed to save you more gas than any steel-belted radial tire Firestone has ever built. Firestone's newest 721, the Fuel Fighter.
With purchase of Wildcats by Buster Brown. You can get your free ball and bat at these Buster Brown stores.
Which of these leading soft drinks gives you nutrition with vitamin A?
Yoo-hoo.
Vitamin B2?
Yoo-hoo.
Vitamin C?
Yoo-hoo.
Vitamin D?
Yoo-hoo.
Niacin?
Yoo-hoo.
Calcium?
Yoo-hoo.
Potassium?
Yoo-hoo.
Which soft drink gives you all that, is 99% caffeine-free, and tastes delicious? Yoo-hoo. Great taste with nutrition. Yoo-hoo chocolate drink, another delicious product from Yoo-hoo.
Every day, America Online is making it easier for people to live, work, and play.
Hey, Dan, ready for the game? I'm just finishing up here with my new kayaking friends.
Kayaking friends on your computer?
Yeah, I just got America Online.
Sounds great. Listen, I can't go to the game today.
What?
I've got to send something for my mom's birthday. It's tomorrow. I'll then book plane tickets for our trip next week, and my kids got to go to the library to look up dinosaurs.
Hey, we can take care of all that before we go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, with America Online.
America Online can do all that?
Yeah. How about sending your mom some nice flowers? All you do is click on Marketplace. We place an order.
Call now for America Online, a new way to use your computer to communicate, have fun, and get instant news and information.
Flowers are sent. Now let's access the online travel service.
How long have you had this?
About a week. And it's so easy. All you do is point and click.
But how does it work?
All you need is a computer and a regular phone line. They send you the software and give you 10 free hours to check it out.
Call now for your free America Online Startup Kit and get free software and 10 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online.
Plane tickets are ordered. Now, let's look up dinosaurs. What do you think? Compton's Encyclopedia or National Geographic?
You get all that with America Online?
Yeah, you can read Business Week Online before it hits the newsstand. Update your stock portfolio every 15 minutes with PC Quote. You can even play fantasy football.
Call now for 10 free hours of America Online and get instant access to the worlds of sports, finance, computing, and entertainment.
Here come the dinosaurs. I saved you a trip to the library.
That's great.
Yeah, downloading is easy, too. You know, I can even send email on the internet. And, of course, there's my personal favorite, live chat. That's how I met my new kayaking buddies. We'll check that out later, after the game.
So how do you get America Online?
Oh, that's easy, too. You just call their 800 number.
I got to check this out.
Call 1-800-614-3434 now for your free America Online Startup Kit with free software and 10 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online. So call 1-800-614-3434.
Blue.
What's up?
Well, actually, I could go for some chocolate.
You're a Baldwin, right?
Yeah?
Which one?
I'm Steven.
Well, I would have expected better, Steven.
Better what?
Your performance. Go for some chocolate. I didn't believe for a second you were going to eat me.
Really?
Honestly, not your best work.
All right, fine. I'll go back out here and try it again, all right? Blue?
No blue aquí.
Buddy?
Go.
The Perkins chain was established in 1957 when Matt and Ivan Perkins opened Smithy's Pancake House in Cincinnati, Ohio. And in 58, the chain expanded as a franchise. One franchisee in Minnesota, Wayman Nelson, introduced an aggressive advertising campaign and expanded menu in 1967. From 69 to 78, Nelson consolidated Perkins and another chain, Smitty's, into Perkins Cake and Steak. From the headquarters in Edina, Minnesota, he assumed nationwide development control of the company and focused on opening over 220 restaurants. In 79, Matt and Ivan retired, selling their remaining interest in the company, including trademark and distribution rights. In August of 79, Perkins became a wholly owned subsidiary of Memphis-based Holiday Inn, and the corporate headquarters were established in Memphis, Tennessee. In 1985, restaurant entrepreneur Donald N. Smith, who served on the board of directors of Holiday Inn, purchased an ownership interest in Perkins, becoming the chairman of the board and the company's CEO. The company was renamed Perkins Family Restaurants in 1987 and was organized into a master limited partnership with interests publicly traded on the New York Stock Exchange. The corporation expanded into Canada, opening a restaurant in Thunder Bay, Ontario. In 1990, the company began a philanthropic relationship with Give Kids the World, which is headquartered in Kissimmee, south of Orlando, Florida. Contributes money and meals to the charity for terminally ill children globally. Matt Perkins died of heart disease in 91 at age 79, and Ivan Perkins died on February 11, 1998. At the time of Ivan's death, the franchise had 462 restaurants in 32 states. Perkins underwent business changes in the 2000s. In 2000, it merged with a wholly owned subsidiary of the restaurant company TRC. And in 2005, TRC was acquired by Castle Harlan, a private equity investment firm based in New York City, for approximately $245 million. But then in May of 2006, the parent company acquired Marie Callender's, a chain of casual dining restaurants also known for their freshly baked pies, combining it with the Perkins chain, forming Perkins and Marie Callender's, Inc. June of 2011, many restaurants were closed with no notice given to customers or staff. The closures were in Colorado, Kansas, Illinois, Tennessee, Florida, Michigan, and Minnesota. Later that month, Perkins and Marie Callender's, Inc. filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. PMCI closed 65 restaurants, laid off about 2,500 workers. In the bankruptcy proceedings, PMCI listed assets of $290 million and liabilities of $441 million. PMCI emerged from bankruptcy at the end of November 2011 under the control of Wayzata Investment Partners, but continued to experience difficulties. May of 2012, it was announced that all Western New York Perkins restaurants, except for the Olean, New York location, would close. August 5th, 2019, its parent company, Perkins and Marie Callender's, filed bankruptcy while announcing the closure of 29 of their underperforming restaurants. The next month, several of its locations in northern Pennsylvania closed. And then on September 12, 2019, it was announced that Ascent Hospitality Management of Atlanta would acquire all remaining Perkins restaurants, a total of 342 units. May 10, 2023, a health inspector shut down the Urbana, Illinois location after a fourth consecutive inspection found refrigerated food being stored at unsafe temperatures. March of 2004, Perkins announced a partnership with Easy Cater to bring catering to more than 180 locations. In the fall of this year, the first Perkins American Food Company will reopen in Orlando, Florida. It's probably already opened as of now. I'll check into that for further information for you and let you know that this draws the conclusion of episode 11. You have seen both the history of Denny's and Perkins. Now it's up to you to decide who reigns supreme in the voting polls. We'll have that poll for you later on, so check the channel for the new poll coming out. And of course, I'm allowed to vote on it, and all my 3 channels are. It doesn't matter who is, you're not restricted in the polls. Just please be honest about what you would think would be the better of the 2 so-called diner restaurants, as they are like to be called. In the meantime, we leave you, of course, and let you know that this Thursday coming up, we'll have another great episode, an episode 12. Yes. And who is going to be the 2 topics of choice? You'll have to find out for yourself. Tuning in and watching us. We thank you very much for your continued support. We'll see you next time on the program. Till then, I'm Jason DeCanio. Good night from Versus.